Someone took all of my lamps. I am delighted. You're welcome.
In here, I'm making an Italian sausage tortellini soup for the day. So this is deer sausage from the deer that we got. And it's a mild that we made, a mild sausage. We have it in with onions, garlic, chicken broth, and tomatoes so far. And then I'm gonna add in a can of tortellini and some cheese. And that'll be our soup to last us for lunch and supper today. While my soup cooks, I'm gonna prepare some breakfast. So I'm gonna do breakfast sausage. These are also from our deer that we got this year. So we did some breakfast sausage, we did mild sausage, and we did a couple other different types of sausages. So I'm gonna get these cooking in the air fryer, and I'm gonna make some fresh toast with some fresh eggs. I think I just said I'm gonna make fresh toast. I'm gonna make French toast with some fresh eggs. So this is it completed with the noodle and the cream. It's so good. All right, so today was another big day. We sold our little car. We had a leased SUV, so you've seen me driving around probably in my SUV a few times before, but it was a lease. So I was able to luckily return it a couple months ago and get my money back completely, which is awesome because it was a lease and I was breaking the lease probably, I think it was 2 years early. I thought I was gonna have to owe a bunch of money and then sell it privately, but it just worked out at that time that my vehicle, probably they had a buyer for it or something, because they were willing to take it back free and clear without any fees of breaking it. And I was way over on my kilometers as well. So I probably would never lease again, probably for that, because that was super frustrating. Like the whole certain amount of kilometers you can have every year. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. We were able to return it a couple months ago. And once we returned it, we realized we really need another vehicle because the truck is super hard on gas. We wanted like a little car or another small SUV, just a cash car though. So we picked one up for $2,000 a couple months ago, just so we would be able to, you know, like I said, the cheaper gas and stuff like that. And then today we sold it because we're leaving in just a few weeks now, and I was able to get my money back. We knew, like when we bought it, that $2,000 was a really good price in today's day and age for a vehicle that works and is inspected. So we knew when it came time to sell it, if we were to move, that we would be able to sell it. So that's awesome to totally get our money back. And we had this for a couple months and we're able to use it around and just spend a lot less on gas, like I said. So we're saying goodbye to our little car today. Wow, so pretty.
Bucket's a little big. Make cookies in this later.
Yeah. Yummy. Now let's see if he gags.
Almond's not my favorite thing.
No.
Disgusting. It just smells like soap.
Looks good. Looks pretty good.
I don't know if I saw anything really come out.
No, the sink's been clogged. We don't want to do that for the next people.
It's draining easily there.
Yeah?
Maybe something did come out.
Maybe,
Just
yeah.
didn't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just want to make sure they're good before we leave.
Now dump it back down the sink so whatever it was gets clogged again.
All right. Means there's like some randomness in there, but nothing like it looks like it would make it clogged. Just soapy water.
Well, it's draining. That's good.
Okay, upstairs here, this bathroom. It is not draining as well. So I'm gonna take off the thing that's holding the plug, and then see if there's obviously something trapped in between this section. I'm just gonna take this off, pull it out. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of grossness there. Yeah, that'd be the problem. I'll get that cleaned out. I'm not really a fan of that style of plug. Kind of better like the old school one that you just plug in. That's separate, maybe even on a little, the old school chain or whatever. These ones that connect, I don't really like them because that kind of stuff can happen a lot easier. Okay, a lot of gunk just came out of that. I got it hooked back up now. Let's just make sure nothing's leaking. From this that I just connected, everything looks good. This is tight. We're good. And it's all running down good, so that's good. Okay, so I actually came back downstairs and pulled this out of here too, because this here was a little bit slow still. Now it's draining perfect, so I went and took that connector off this and redid it down here too, so now it's all good. I want to make sure there's no problems like with the new people buying the house, so everything's working good, and that's a good thing. Something that needed to be done. So things are coming along, getting things packed up. We're less than 3 weeks now that we're moving to Alberta, so we're really looking forward to that. We're moving back to Alberta. So we've been there before. Said that in the last video. You can go check that out if you want, the one just for this. But I just wanted to clear a couple things up, because I would say probably the biggest thing, and nobody take things personally unless you're literally definitely somebody maybe does this, but nowadays, probably one of the biggest concerns that I would have, or that a lot of different people, may or may not have, I guess, but one of the biggest things nowadays that I notice, I would say, is that people don't really pay attention to what's being said, or pay attention to exact details that are being said. So there's a lot of maybe not liking a political figure just because the way they talk, and not really paying attention to the actual issues they do, or not listening to, excuse me, somebody, you're only watching the media for how to take things, they're spinning a narrative, but you're taking that as the gospel, that's the truth no matter what. You're watching a television newscast is showing you something, and instead of researching it or knowing for sure your facts, it's a lot of puppets out there that are just repeating things instead of knowing what's actually being put in place. So, lots of people know that's the case nowadays with a lot of people, and I'm not saying it to put anybody down. I'm saying, man, some more people got to do some research. You got to not just listen to what the news media may tell you, or what you only hear partially in something maybe I would say or somebody else would say, and then you're just going to defend the thing without actually knowing what you're talking about. Anyways, I'll just touch on that one random little issue or something. Let's say the electric vehicle thing, right? Because I've actually discussed that with somebody recently, the electric vehicle thing. Well, in Canada, electric vehicles, there's a mandate for electric vehicles. So there's literally a mandate in place right now in Canada coming down the pipeline. I believe it was originally set for 2030, and I believe right now it's set for 2035. You can look that up for yourself to be specific on that, but I think off the top of my head that it's 2035. But check that out for yourself. So on, the electric vehicle thing, what it was, there was a mandate that there was supposed to be 100% of the sales by 2030, and then it changed to 2035, and then I think that was repealed, and then it was going to be 75%. So anyways, things change all the time. So I'm not saying this is all exact facts on an electric vehicle mandate. It's just been a hot topic in Canada in the last year or two, or whatever, the last little while, let's just say. So I'm not going to say this is exactly how it is. What it is, what I was referring to in my previous video was just, let's just say, the fact that they're even talking about mandating it at all, right? The fact that you're going to tell Canada that only sales of these kind of vehicles is what you can have. What I wasn't saying, and this is the key to what I'm saying right now, what I wasn't saying, because I've had somebody come back about talking about, well, do you have a problem with cell phones? Do you have a problem with battery operated tools? That just shows me that you are somebody who wasn't listening. And what I'm saying is, and that's not to bash you or put you down, but I'm saying is, as a whole, if we all just started listening a little bit more to what the other person's saying, you would know for sure, in this case, I wasn't saying anything about batteries being bad, or electric vehicles being bad, or cell phones that have batteries being bad. What I was saying is mandating people or a country that we're only going to do electric vehicles in a free country when we have lots of people that like gas. We could be so rich with the amount of oil supplies we have here, with so many other things. That's a whole other topic, so I don't want to get into that. But I'm just saying, I was just sticking to the topic. I was talking about the mandate that was coming down the pipeline within Canada about electric vehicles. There's been lots of talk about it. There's been literally things in place, taken away, things like that. So, but if you want to drive an electric vehicle, I'm not bashing electric vehicles. I'm not bashing batteries in my cell phone. And because I think this person was thinking, oh, well, because they said, well, what do you think about batteries in your phones or in your tools? Nothing. I didn't say anything bad about batteries. I love batteries. Batteries are awesome. Batteries have helped us build off grid. It saves me from having to listen to a generator all day or having to listen to an air compressor come on while I'm building. I can use an air nailer with a battery. DeWalt batteries. You see us on the channel, use them all the time. I'm literally sharing off-grid generators from Blue Eddy with batteries. We obviously don't have a problem with batteries. What I have a problem with is a government mandating things on the people when it comes to things like, radical green movement and things like that have to do with yada, yada, yada. That's, again, I'll say that for another video maybe. But it's the mandate thing. There was an EV mandate literally put into Canada, not to repeat myself, repelled, goes in, all these different times. You can look it up yourself, read up about it if you're that interested. Whatever. My main reason is to come on and say that I'm saying things that I don't like batteries and all that. That's just not true. You're just not listening to me. So we would all do a lot better if we all listened a little bit more to each other, paid a little more attention, do a little less headline news, believing and, things like that, and just paid attention to what's actually being said. We'll all get along a little bit better. Stop telling everybody else what to do. Stop mandating this and that on everybody as a whole. Make your own decision. You want to drive a battery-powered car, go ahead. That's what I said in the last one. Go ahead. I have no problem with that. Who cares? I don't care if you freaking want to pedal. I don't care if you want to cut the floor to the bottom of your car and Flintstones drive around the streets. It don't matter to me. Do whatever you want to do. But if Sony wants to put a 454 in a car and freaking hear that engine roar, let them do it. Who cares? Let's just chill out. Do what you want to do. We have safety intact for speed limits and things like that. We can take care of that ourselves. We want to kick her hard, we get open country roads and drag strips. We'll take care of that there. Anyways, my point is mandates. That's what I was talking about. Wasn't talking about batteries, talking about mandates. Anyways, that kind of can be a blanket statement for a lot of other stuff. And anyways, just wanted to put that out there because there's just so much like blah nowadays, people just wanting to throw stuff out that wasn't said. So, let's not do that. Anyways, we're like actually super excited with this move. Less than 3 weeks. Really pumped, as you see in the video. We're getting lots of things ready around here, selling lots of stuff. So we have like less to move because that's pretty expensive. It's a long trip. Canada's a big country, and we're going from the Atlantic Ocean to the Rocky Mountains, which is a lot closer to the Pacific Ocean. So it's a big trip. Anyways, thanks for being here. Everybody's awesome. Let's be able to communicate better with the people that we can't necessarily always communicate that well with, especially in this day and age. It's a little tough with a lot of the social media and the media in general, just wanting, kind of dividing people. So let's do less dividing and more coming together, and let's just let each other, one guy likes this, one guy likes this, and let's just chill out with the whole thing. Anyways, trip's coming up. We'll see you soon. Thanks for being here. And that's all I got for right now. So just wanted to put that out there. Thanks for being here.